Foundation for Good Governance and Social Change also did observe the elections. Morning, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
Okay, well, you were accredited and you observed the local government elections.
Certainly, as civil society groups in the state,
okay,
we had access to monitoring and observation of the elections.
And you've done that before? You've observed elections in
the
state
before this
local government
since
elections?
1999.
Okay, so what did you see with this one?
I think that the proper place to start is to respond very briefly to some of the issues raised by the chairman of the Conference of Political Parties. I feel it's in my place not to allow it go without some reactions. He has raised some fundamental issues. If he says that the work that SEC did was perfect, I wonder why the governor himself, in a public address to the people, instructed SEC to render an unreserved apology to the people of Edo State. So what that means is that SEC did something wrong. For those who live in Benin City and other areas in Edo State, what just transpired as an election is a sham.
Really?
A charade. One other issue is raised is the issue of logistics as to how materials were to come from abroad, get to Ikeja and come to Benin. Perhaps a little background will help us here. When after 2 years of running councils with appointed caretaker committees, the comrade governor bucked to pressure and set up Edo State Independent Electoral Commission to organize elections into the 18 local governments and the 192 wards in Edo State. By law, SEC had 90 days to prepare for the election. And 90 days they had. They came out with a timetable. I wonder why SEC that had 90 days waited to the eve of election to bring materials in from abroad and from Ikeja to Benin. Let's assume that that also happened. Election materials got to Benin according to them, according to Isibo, as early as 5 a.m. Yet, already the local government, that is a local government that houses the capital. In fact, SEC office is located within Oredo local government. Materials did not get to the polling booths at 4 p.m. Which means between SEC office and about 100 meters away to the first polling station that did not receive materials until 4 p.m., there was another set of logistic problems.
Were all these issues raised before the conduct of this election?
Of course.
And what did SEC do?
I think I must say here that the SEC that is running elections in Edo State is a puppet. There is a puppeteer behind that pulls the strings of this puppet. So I sympathize with SEC members because I can sincerely say that they don't even know what's happening. They are dazed and as perplexed as the ordinary citizen in Edo State. The issues of funding, for instance, we had all kinds of grievances. That money wasn't being released to SEC as and when due. Also, it will interest you, and I challenge the governor of Edo State to set up an inquiry into those that were responsible for printing sensitive materials. Who were those that got the juicy contracts? We know them. Let them set up an independent inquiry. So essentially, SEC was just a puppet.
Of who?
Of the governor.
How can you say that? If he's come up to say, SEC, apologize, you haven't done well, then why would you say the governor
The answer to that is very clear.
handpicked
Because people are wondering why SEC has not apologized till now. If you have the tape has been played again and again. In the same sentence where the governor asked SEC to apologize, he prevaricated. He mentioned in a clause there that although SEC meant well, let me tell you this, we have a saying in my place, that when a man sends his son to go and steal, he does not go stealthily, he breaks the door down. SEC has done this so brazenly because they have powers behind them. They have dictates. If you see the manner in which SEC officials are going about their duties, even after this reprehensible conduct, you will know that they are sure that nothing will happen by way of reprisal.
You know, there is when you talk about election observation, and the way you've spoken, you sound like you're really angry, even on behalf of other
I
opposition
think I'm
parties.
not angry. Let me tell you the situation in Edo State. The temperament there, the feeling there, oscillated between total surprise into anger. And now, the feeling that the average Edo man faces is difficult to put in words. Sheer bewilderment.
No, but because everything that you have
Sheer bewilderment.
in very clear,
I'll tell you why.
Just before we go into
Yes.
the why of
Yes.
it, some people say